You ever hear the expression, well, I can't complain? Turns out you can complain, but should you? I'm Professor Lisa, and this is what I have to say about complaining. Sometimes it's good to be able to vent. But if you dwell on it without solving the problem that you're complaining about, then it might not be productive. I catch myself when I complain because I have a nice life and there's so much suffering in the world. And gosh, I'm grateful for everything I have. I'm grateful for my life, my surroundings, my family, my friends, my health, even though I'm having issues. I'm grateful. And I don't like to complain. I don't like to grumble. But I like to find exceptions because in the exceptions you might find a truth that can really help you. So I was complaining to a friend yesterday. Look, I teach best what I most need to learn, okay? And complaining about how someone had treated me. It's a person that my lady friend knows, so we could have this mutual, complain fest about this friend. And I felt bad during it. Like I knew I was, talking about someone in a negative way. Doesn't matter if they deserved it. It's not about what someone deserves. It's about what you believe. And I believe you shouldn't grumble. You shouldn't complain. But again, can you? Is there an exception to that? Well, here's what did work about the complaining. I was able to get it out of my head, off of my chest, and to come to the conclusion that, well, why let this person, take space up in my head rent-free? I think that's the expression. Did you hear that? That's the Harry Potter ringtone. Well, it's a notification. So I felt better to get it out of me. But what I was mindful of is that now once these complaints are out of me, will I dwell? Well, why would we want to dwell on something negative? Because when we do, we feel righteous. We feel like, yeah, see, somebody agrees with me. And then we'll try to go complain to the next person about the same person or situation. Because we want that kind of, what do they call it? A dopamine hit. To not dwell. You have to resist the urge to keep feeling really satisfied about complaining about a situation. Resist the urge to feel righteous, to feel gratified, like, yeah, see, someone believes me. Someone agrees with me. And then you have to take action. So you get it off your chest, resist the urge to continue to dwell, because that will keep you stuck in the situation. And it's not healthy to cater to one's ego like that. That need to be right, that need to be affirmed by someone when we complain about another person. We can resist that urge. Now, what's the action step? Well, what are you going to do about it? What can you do about it? Is it a job you can get out of? Is it a relationship you can end? Is it a way that maybe you can draw some firm, calm, neutral boundaries with people? Is it, well, stop going over there. You have no reason to go over there. Why do you go over there if every time you go there, this person, does this thing, abuses you or insults you or whatever? Do you need to be in that arena? Then stop going. But it didn't feel as satisfying as having somebody agree, yeah, that person, yeah. And I was mindful of that. There's also complaining about aches and pains. We need to be heard. We need active listeners. We need compassionate listeners. Sometimes we do need to be witnessed and affirmed, especially when it's about some sort of pain in our bodies that needs attention. Complaining can sometimes lead to somebody giving you the advice of, go to the doctor, even though we know we should and we don't. Go to the specialist. Here's what I did. Please don't ignore that. It sounds concerning. You know, that other person can give us a push toward getting the help we need to feel better. I complained about my shoulder. And I used all kinds of spiritual interpretations of what was going on with my shoulder, my right shoulder. In the last year of my mother's life, she did live to be almost 100 years old. I had a lot to do with that as well. And I knew that on a spiritual level, I felt very burdened by the whole, first taking care of her as she faded, then taking care of her arrangements, and then I sold the house and everything that goes with that. It was a lot. You have to imagine 51 years of secret hoarding. When I say secret hoarding, the house was not cluttered. There were not piles of newspapers and things everywhere. But I did find 50 perfectly ironed and folded pillowcases, all mismatched, in a nice stack in the back of the bottom of the linen closet. There were a lot of things like that. A lot of stacks of perfectly saved things that were never used. Mom grew up during the Great Depression. You don't throw out something that's still good. I inherited this habit. I learned this habit from my mother. If you dry your hands on a paper towel, don't throw it away. It's not really dirty. You could use it to clean something. Well, I have like a stack of those types of paper towels. I won't throw this away yet because I could still use it to mop up something or other. I mean, it's good for the environment, I suppose, but it's very funny how we learn these things that we, think are silly, but then, oh, well, I'm doing it too. I hoard certain things. I have many, many towels and coats. Anyway, my shoulder was hurting a lot, and I interpreted it psychologically and spiritually, if you'd like to call it that. And then didn't go get help. I just suffered. I was having such a hard time. I was coming home at night. Sometimes I would cry from the pain. And I forgot who I complained to that said, would you please go get it looked at? I did. Chiropractor, who then sent me to an orthopedist. And a video for another time will be the story of my shoulder replacement. It's a new shoulder. Is it bionic? I don't know. After physical therapy, maybe. But then in the healing process of the shoulder, I cramped my hand and got a severe carpal tunnel. So dealing with that. Not complaining. Taking action steps. Getting better. But sometimes you have to complain about the pain so someone can push you to go get help, go get it looked at. That's kind of serious. That cough doesn't sound good. Why are you walking that funny? But yes, I was told once that I walked funny by a friend. Turns out I needed orthotics. I needed help with my gait. It was mean, but it was a push to get the help. So complaining, my point, and I do have one, is complain constructively. Be very mindful when you're complaining. Know that you're doing it. If you're really looking for someone else's point of view, like, let me run this past you, I want another set of eyes on this, that's not even really complaining. It's more like consulting. But if you're gossiping in a negative way about someone, it's a fine line between complaining and consulting. But yeah, be mindful. Complain constructively. Complain with the idea that either you're unburdening, you're getting it off. Oh, thanks for listening. I'm glad I could unburden myself. Or you are looking for some sort of input that can help you. Now, what about people who complain to you? I don't know if that's a separate video, but when people just constantly complain and they don't do anything about it, it just wears me out. It's like, you've been complaining about this for a few months. Are you going to do anything about it? Well, I don't know. Well, do I have to hear it? No, I could not listen. Oh, here comes a cat. Here comes Zuko. And if you need to cure complaints, let's say, yeah, you know what? I do complain. I kind of like the sympathy and attention I get when I complain. We're human beings, and we do need sympathy and attention sometimes, especially if we didn't get enough of it in our families of origin. Then we go out into life as adults, still trying to heal those childhood wounds and fill those gaps. But you have to be mindful that you're doing it. There's other ways to get sympathy and attention. Sometimes you could just ask someone, can I have a hug? I just need to be listened to. Come over for it. Like, you could ask directly for it. But some people ask for sympathy and attention by complaining. And notice how they have a hard time keeping friends. Because who wants to hear that constantly? Unless you both complain, then you're like you're feeding off each other, off the complaints. Well, don't feel guilty if you've complained. It's okay. Human. But I'm one of those people. I hate saying I'm one of those people. Are we ever really telling the truth when we say that? But I aspire to being more grateful and aware of things I can be grateful for rather than be a complainer. I would like to be a thanker. Please leave a comment below. Let me know your experiences of having to listen to complaints and any solutions you might have had. And maybe if you need to leave a complaint and be like, now it's off my chest, you could do that too. Please like, subscribe. I'm Professor Lisa. I said my name funny. Let me do that again. Take two. I'm Professor Lisa. And that's what I have to say. Take care.